What's up everybody, it's Seth Fowler and today I'm reviewing the brand new Nike Special Field Air Force 1 Mid. Thanks so much for tuning in today guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't yet, but with all that being said, let's get into it. So at the end of last year, Nike unveiled and released the brand new Special Field Air Force 1, which is sort of a militarized or field version of the Air Force 1. In fact, I did some reviews on a couple colorways a little while back, so if you guys want to check those out, there'll be a link at the top of the screen. But Nike has changed the silhouette yet again and chopped the top off the regular Special Field Air Force 1, leaving us with the brand new Special Field Air Force 1 Mid. Right off the bat, I was really excited about this shoe because I really like the original Special Field Air Force 1s. I think they look great. I think they went with a lot, even though they were a crazy high shoe. So I really did have very high hopes for the mid version, and I've got to be honest, it's definitely a great shoe, but I'm not really blown away. Jumping right into the review, the toe box of the shoe is covered in this black tumbled leather. It's relatively soft to the touch and it definitely has that tumbled texture, but it's not amazing leather. I mean, let's be honest, any leather that's on a $200 or sub $200 pair of sneakers is probably not gonna be great leather. And yes, that includes the shattered backboards. Yes, that leather's better than most of the leather on a lot of the Air Jordans that have been releasing recently. But let's be honest, when you're comparing it to real premium expensive leather, it's just not the same thing. I mean, whenever anything's mass-produced, you're gonna have to cut some corners to cut costs and drop prices and things like that. You just can't be spending more money on the materials of the product than you're gonna make back from the product, so it just doesn't make business sense. I totally get it, and I shouldn't have gone off on that tangent, but you guys just need to know that Nike leather and sneaker leather is not the best leather in the world. But back to where we left off, you've got these black rope laces that lead from the toe all the way up to the top of the tongue. And then continuing back on the silhouette, you get to the element of the shoe that I'm just really not fond of, the part that kind of ruined it for me, which is this weird sort of glossy, shiny tiger print. I just don't get why they did that. It kind of feels like gimmicky and cheap to me. It turns what could have been a really cool utilitarian looking sneaker into more of like a fashion gimmick, and I don't like it. Some people I'm sure love it, but I just can't rock with it. It sort of feels like a really tight black mesh that has some sort of clear or translucent threading woven through it, and I don't know, the effect's lost on me, guys. I'm not impressed. But that detail aside, I've seen other colorways of the shoe that don't have that sort of weird tiger print, and they look great, and I might actually try and grab a couple pairs of those because I think they'll be easier to wear than the high top version. But this particular pair, that ruins it for me. Moving back up the shoe, you've got this almost ballistic nylon looking tongue that ends in a Nike Air tag in matte black. The shoes themselves fit just like regular Air Force 1s. For me, that's true to size, so for you guys it might be different. If you have a chance to try these on, I would suggest definitely doing that before you buy them. If you can't, you should be fine just going true to size or whatever your regular Air Force 1 size is. One thing that really bugged me about the original Special Field Air Force 1s is how difficult it was to put the shoe on your foot. That was just a struggle, and one of the reasons I didn't wear the shoe as much as I could have because it just took too long to put on. And that point leads me to my favorite change on the Special Field Air Force 1 Mid, the zippers. Rather than having to undo the laces completely and undo both straps to get your feet in, this time around all you really have to do is undo the strap and then unzip the zippers and you're good to go. It is a little weird the way you have to put your foot into the shoe. It's not so much kind of going down into the shoe, it's kind of just sliding your foot forward into the shoe because there's not really a back of the shoe when you undo the zippers. I didn't mind it. It was a little weird for sure, but the fact that it made the shoe so much easier to put on made it all worth it. To be honest, I really like the way the zippers look. I think they give it just a little bit more of that sort of utilitarian, militaristic look, and I think they look dope. Of course, you still got that strap just like you had on the previous Special Field Air Force 1s, except this time around, of course, because it's a shorter shoe, you only have one strap. Doesn't really do anything for me either way. I like the double strap look. I also like the single strap look. Either way is fine. If you really miss the two strap look, you can always string another strap through this little loop right here, but I don't think anyone's gonna do that. It's fine with the one strap. Rounding off the upper on the lateral side of the heel, you got some white text here, which kind of gives the shoe a little bit of pop, which I like. Moving down the shoe, you've got your standard Air Force 1 midsole and outsole, and this time they're in translucent gray. One subtle detail that I actually really like about this shoe is that there's this sort of diagonal square pattern or diamond pattern going on underneath the translucent rubber, and you can just barely see it, but I think it's a really nice touch. Overall, guys, I think the Special Field Air Force 1 Mid is a really solid shoe. It's surprisingly comfortable. In fact, I would even just call it very comfortable in general. The midsole is super cushioned and feels great. I really dig the utilitarian look of the shoe, but like I said before, that tiger print just kind of ruins this colorway for me. If they come out with just a straight black colorway where this is canvas, or maybe a tan or green or something like that, I'm totally on board with it. But this particular one, it just didn't do it for me. If you're trying to grab a pair of these for yourself, this particular colorway did sell out. There may be a couple restocks, but it's kind of hard to find. You could probably find these for resale, not too much over retail, at least right now. Retail price was $170, and I've seen these going for maybe $200, $220 online. But if this colorway isn't doing it for you, like it's not really doing it for me, I would wait until the new colorways come out and you'll probably have a better chance grabbing those. Now that we've got the review out of the way, let's throw these guys on feet and see how they look. That's pretty much it for the video today, guys. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below letting me know whether you're planning to grab a pair of these for yourself, and if so, what colorway. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to Fowler Customs if you want to see more content just like this, and follow Fowler Customs on Snups, Instagram, and on Twitter.